Okay, in this brief video, I'm going to show you how to take apart and clean the heatsink and fan assembly on the E6400 and E6410 Dell laptop. So to start, you just have to unscrew the middle screw, and bear with me on this, I'm actually doing everything with one hand. Just take it, slide it back, lift up, just kind of set that off to the side. And what we're really going to be messing with is this fan assembly here. We're going to be taking this out and cleaning it out thoroughly and cleaning out the heatsink that's actually right here as well. Before we do that, you just want to go down here on these screws and just give them a quick little turn just to make sure they're not loose. They are not loose on this unit, doesn't look like, but sometimes they get a little loose, so it doesn't hurt to check. First, what we want to do is you can either start by just taking out the screws right here, or you can go ahead and just unplug it. I prefer to go ahead and unplug it first, and then take out the screws. Take that. I'm going to set this off to the side. And then once you got the screws out, all you really need to do is just take this and lightly pull up on it, and it'll come out. And so what you need to do is you need to take a can of air and clean out the fan fins, but hold the fan when you do it. You don't want to actually mess that up. And then what you want to do is you want to take your can of air, and you'll see there's a heat sink right here. On the other side is actually the exhaust for the whole computer. So what you want to do is you want to take a can of air and actually spray it through these holes. And this one's already been cleaned out, so there's not really any dust. But the reason why is because the fan is blowing the dust towards the heatsink, and so it ends up getting, what you end up getting is kind of under here. You can't see any because there's not really any here this time, but you'll get like dust bunnies and stuff like that. In fact, you can kind of see some in the corner right there. In fact, see if I can get that cleaned out, which there you go. So again, apologize for the shaky cam. I kind of use one hand to do everything. So and it's only using an iPhone, but kind of what makes it a little bit more difficult is actually getting this fan back in place. It's not really hard. It just takes a little bit of extra finesse. What you just gotta do is, you have a flap like this. Not all of them do, but sometimes you gotta put it under the flap and kind of push forward, and then push down. And then it'll go right back to where it was. And then just gotta put your screws back in and just screw them back in. I'm sorry if this is getting blurry and stuff. I don't really normally do this. So and then make sure that you plug your fan back in. If you don't, you're going to have a bad day. And it's going to mess things up. And if I can actually get it in. If I don't hold my screwdriver, there we go. Push it down, and that's it. So it's really important that you clean out that fan because that heat sink, as you can see, it's not very big. It's about 2 inches, 2.5, and it's not very wide either. It's like 1/2 inch wide, so it doesn't really take much for it to get too much dust in it and to do a really poor job at cooling down the processor, which forces it to run at slower speeds, which can make using it a real pain in the butt. So, but once you put the fan back on, just got to put the bottom back on, slide it forward, and then screw your little screw back in place. Whoop, I didn't slide all the way forward. And that's it.